Hello guys, today is the second day in Lisbon. Check the first day if you haven't seen it. Today we are going to explore even more interesting places, but let's start with riding a ferry to another bank of the river, because ferries are a big part of the Lisbon transportation system. It was fantastic 8 minutes ride, but now let's go back. And if you want to ride a ferry or other type of the transport, don't forget to buy a transport card and choose daily tariff, so you can use all ferries, trams, buses, metro all day for the same price, because if you buy all ticket separately it will be very expensive. And now we will try to catch a tram number 15. Tram number 15 is the most convenient way to get to the Belém area, but unfortunately the route is always overloaded with tourists. And you will be very lucky if a large modern tram arrives, not a small retro trailer. You can take the tram and go straight to the Belém Tower. But along the way there are a few more interesting places that are worth paying attention to. And the first one is the Museum of Art, Architecture and Technology, with incredible rooftop. I would like to visit this museum, but unfortunately I didn't have time for this. If you have visited it, write in the comments about your impressions. Here near this modern art museum there is another ferry station. I really wanted to take another ferry, but I found out that in this spot, because it's not very popular, the ferry runs like once an hour. So if I go another bank, I should wait for another hour to go back. That's why we are not going to do it and go strictly to the Belém Tower. The museum is located next to a very beautiful and long promenade, along which you can walk to the Monument of Discoveries. This huge stone sculpture was built in 1940 for the Portuguese World Expo. You can try to guess in the stone statues the famous navigators such as Vasco da Gama, Magellan and others. Also for €5, you can climb to the top of the composition to enjoy a unique view of the Tejo River and the other side. So I tried to go up on the Monument of Discoveries, but the line is almost not moving and it's huge, so we're not going to waste our time and move next. If you will be more lucky than me, just spend some time, €5, and you would enjoy amazing view. All my friends told me it's much better than the one from the Belém Tower. Our next stop, Belém Tower. This 16th century fortification served as the embarkation and disembarkation point for Portuguese explorers and the ceremonial gateway to Lisbon. So a couple of the discoveries you made about Lisbon. It's extremely hot and it's very dirty. Right now I'm sitting on the grass in the park, but I don't feel like I'm sitting on the grass. I feel like I'm sitting in the middle of the dump, because I see lots of plastic bottles, masks, some cigarettes and so on. let's wait for the train to pass. So yeah, if you're very tired and you expect to relax on the grass, don't be so naive. It will be very hard for you to ignore all this garbage. So I think I will move on now to enjoy Belem Castle. Don't limit yourself to viewing the Belem Tower in the Belem district. There are just a huge number of museums and interesting architectural masterpieces. One of them is the Geronimos Monastery, an incredibly beautiful church and museum. When I was standing next to the church, the guide said that the entrance is free after 2 p.m. when the service ends. So if you are only interested in the church part, don't rush to buy tickets and ask the museum workers when the free entrance will be. I have no idea why there are so many retro cars near Geronimos Monastery and Planetarium. Maybe they are for rent. If you know, just write in the comments. Maybe, just maybe, every planetarium worker has a free retro car. I saw a really huge amount of museums in Belem area, but unfortunately I had time only to drink coffee in Centro Cultural de Belem and explore the beautiful architecture of this modern building. So in Lisbon you are going to see tons of beautiful street art, but one artist really attracted my attention. It's Artur Borello. He's a Lisbon artist. He's mostly doing these huge murals of the animals using garbage. It's really easy to recognize his style, and we already saw one of his work. It's birds near the Santa Justa elevator, and I walked to this museum to show you the second walk, and hopefully we are going to see even more today. He has lots of works all over the world. There was a map of his works where you can find them. Unfortunately, most of them are already destroyed because it's street art. It doesn't last long, but let's enjoy what we can find. Since we are talking about something modern, let's visit one of the new attractions of Lisbon, Elix Factory. This historical industrial complex is now a house for many modern restaurants, shops and events. Very cool and modern place, full of hipster coffee shops, bars and cool stores with interesting products. So we already figured out that Lisbon is a city of 7 hills. It means lots of elevators and lots of funiculares. Yesterday we explored 2 elevators, Santa Justa elevator and Baja elevator. Today we are going to explore funiculares, Bica, Gloria and others we can find. So Elevator de Bica is closed for some reason. That's why we are going to walk, but you can take a tram or some other type of transport. The next funicular we are going to explore is the Gloria funicular. Not only tourists use it. It's a very common way for local people to travel from Restaurados Square to the neighborhood of Bairro Alto. And the last funicular we are going to visit today is also sometimes called the Lisbon Secret Cable Car, Ascensor de Lavra, the oldest cable car in Lisbon, still in use, and the less popular among tourists, which is definitely a big plus. On this funicular you can get to another very beautiful viewpoint of Lisbon, where you can watch the sunset, Miradora do Torrell. This is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed second day in Lisbon with me. I wish I could stay for longer and show you all these amazing museums and spend more time in every place we visited today, but I should go on to the next place, so see you there.